due to the anti-reunification process. The only way to remove the crisis of war and open new horizon of reconciliation and preparation, peace and reunification is to formally respect and implement the June the 15th Joint Declaration. It is the supreme task of our fellow countrymen to put an end to the era of division and confrontation and open the era of reconciliation and preparation, the country's reunification and common prosperity of the nation. The All-Korean Committee for the Implementation of the June 15th Joint Declaration, most extensively involving the political parties, organizations, and individuals in the North and South and abroad, is the mainstay representing the will of the entire fellow countrymen for the unification and opening the June 15th reunification era. The North, South, and Overseas committees will discharge their responsibility and role as nationwide reunification movement organizations to make this year 1 year before the 70th anniversary of national liberation, a year of an earthquake turn to open a second June 15th era. The committees, with the All-Korea Committee as a mainstay, will open the road of improvements of the inter-Korean relations through revitalized reunification movements of the people of both sections in the North and South and abroad under the banner of the Joint Declaration, actively rouse all the fellow countrymen at home and abroad to the implementation of the Joint Declaration, and thus make the year marking the 70th anniversary of national liberation a significant year in which all the land and tapestry will pour with the hot winds of independent reunification and start the era of a second June the 15th reunification era. Dprk called upon all the compatriots in the North and South and abroad to advance more powerfully along the road of implementing the June the 15th Joint Declaration and devote all their wisdom, strength, and efforts to open a second June the 15th era. On the occasion of the 14th anniversary of the historic Inter-Korean Joint Declaration, the Director of the Department of International and Reunification Affairs of the Central Standing Committee of the General Association of Korean Residents in Japan, the Chairman of the Japanese Regional Committee of the Overseas Committee for the Implementation of the June the 15th Joint Declaration, the Chairwoman of the South Korean Democratic Women's Association in Japan, and other General Association line officials and Korean individuals, labor articles on both sides, eventually calling for tuning out in the nationwide reunification movement. The South Korean Citizens Solidarity for Democratic Society issued a commentary on June the 10th, demanding strict disposal of the criminals who opened to the public the minutes of the Inter-Korean Summit meeting. The commentary said, the recent results of the investigation in which the prosecution declared not guilty the Saturday Party National Assemblymen Kim Woo-sung and Jong Moon-hoon, the main criminals who opened to the public the minutes of the Inter-Korean Summit meeting, is an example proving why the persecution is called political persecution. The commentary stressed that it proved once again the validity of the demand for parliamentary investigation into the opening of the minutes. In another development, the South Korean Society for Succession of the June Resistance for Democracy, the Solidarity Conference of Civic and Public Organizations, the Solidarity for Progress, and other organizations sponsored a meeting in Seoul on June the 10th, on the occasion of the 27th anniversary of the June People's Resistance. Bereaved families of victims of the South Korean study sinking disaster demanded a thorough probe into the truth behind the accident and stern punishments of the criminals at a court. The first trial for the captain and 15 crewmen of the 32 was held at the Gwangju District Court on June the 10th. The captain and crewmen shamelessly denied the suspicion of murder, saying they are not responsible for the deaths of the passengers. At the court, the bereaved families of the dead demanded a thorough probe into the disaster that killed hundreds of children and stern punishments of the murderers. The South Korean internet newspaper Voice of People carried an editorial on the Travis on the occasion of the 12th anniversary of the merciless murder of two schoolgirls, Kim Hyun-sung and Kim Woo-sun, by beastly giants belonging to the engineering corps of the U.S. 2nd Division in South Korea. The international community strongly demands the South Korean authorities respect and fully implement the June 15th Joint Declaration. The Russian newspaper Patriot, the Uruguayan newspaper La Juventud, and the internet homepage of the Brazilian Committee for Solidarity with the Dprk denounced the South Korean authorities for denying the historic June 15th Inter-Korean Joint Declaration and stating that as landmark of Korea's reunification movement and seeking only confrontation and war. The director of the Medical Research Institute of Myanmar, the chairman of the Democratic Congo Korea Friendship and Solidarity Association, the general chairman of the National Leading Council of the Diversity Party of Indonesia said the June 15th Inter-Korean Joint Declaration is a landmark of Korea's reunification, representing the will and desire of the entire Korean nation for reunification, and demanded the present South Korean authorities respect and implement the June 15th Joint Declaration though made, and put an immediate end to the act of driving the inter-Korean relations to the extreme. The Swiss Korean Committee and the Swiss Group for the Study of the CKID issued a joint statement on the 5th, and Igor Yuricek, chairman of the Slovenia Korea Friendship Association, a press statement on the 10th on the occasion of the 40th anniversary of the publication of the historic June 15th Inter-Korean Joint Declaration. And that's the end of the news read by Hyung Nam and Lee Hyung-sim. This is Voice of Korea. Universal Taurus, General Jin Sung-il, Peerless Patriot. The Inter-Korean Summit meeting was held for the first time in the history of a division of the Korean nation, and the June 15th Inter-Korean Joint Declaration was adopted in Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, in June 1989 or 2000. World progressives expressed full support for the Joint Declaration, describing it as a justice program to reunify Korea independently with the concerted efforts of the Korean nation. Australian public figure Neil Fitzgerald says,
the reunification issue of Korea is simply to put an end to the domination and interference of the foreign forces in Korea and realize that national sovereignty completely throughout the country. The reunification of Korea is an issue of the Korean nation itself, and it is an issue relating to national sovereignty. Therefore, to maintain the principle of national independence is a key issue, which is decisive of victory or failure in the reunification movement of the Korean people. For that reason, the June 15 Joint Declaration, solemnly declared all over the world, is that reunification issue should be solved by the Korean nation alone and by the concerted efforts of the Korean people. The June 15 Joint Declaration and the October 4 Declaration are the milestones as it leads to the shortcut of reunification of Korea in the new century. The June 15 Joint Declaration and the October 4 Declaration are the most correct reunification programs because they are reflecting the demand of the era, which is being changed and developed at the desire of the whole Korean nation. I wish to express a firm belief that the Korean people will realize reunification and build a prosperous, reunified country by implementing the June 15 Joint Declaration and the October 4 Declaration without fail. Validity and vitality have already been fully proved.
The chief of the Construction Management Department of the Water Project Designing and Supervisory Enterprise of Ethiopia mentioned the validity and vitality of the June 15th Inter-Korean Joint Declaration and expressed a belief that the Korean people would surely achieve reunification under the leadership of respected Kim Jong-un. The chairman of the British Association for the Study of Kenyan Policy said that June the 15th Joint Declaration was a current milestone in the struggle of the Kenyan people for national unification and expressed a will to actively support the Kenyan people's struggle to implement the Joint Declaration. The chairman of the Philippine Solidarity Committee for Peace and Reunification on the Karen Peninsula said that June the 15th Joint Declaration ushered in a new era for reunification. The Joint Declaration is enjoying an active support of not only the Korean people but also the world progressive people. The peoples of the three countries are serving for peace. We will be always together with the Korean people who make active efforts for peace and unification. So far, you've been listening to an article under the title, June the 15th Joint Declaration is a milestone for Korea's reunification. This is Voice of Korea. We now present a song, June the 15th for reunification. June the 15th,